Hey guys, it's Jamin with Jamin's Daily doing a Texas A&M Fighting Aggie pregame prediction. Today's opponent is Colorado, and we're gonna look into here. They're actually playing at a neutral site in Denver, which is why I'm pulling up this Denver Post article for us to look at, which is the Colorado Buffaloes versus Texas A&M football. 4 things to know, key matchups and predictions. So let's see here. And I also drew up my own notes that we'll get into, but just looking out here, A&M number 5, Colorado, both undefeated, have played a game. Starts at 2:30 Central Time at Empower Field at Mile High. So they're playing where the Broncos play. And what's interesting about that, I was looking here. So it's at a neutral site in Denver. Jimbo Fisher, who is the Aggie football coach, is 5-0 with A&M when playing at a neutral site. Also, some of the, Colorado and A&M used to be in the same conference in the Big 12 for 15 years. They were both in the Big 12, and they both left for different conferences. Colorado going to the Pac-12, and A&M going to the SEC. But while they were in the same conference, Colorado does lead the head-to-head series 6-3. The last time they played was in 2009, so it's been 12 years. It was in 2009. Colorado won 35-34. If we look at today's game, A&M is a heavy favorite at 17 points. 50 and a half points is the over-under, which is kind of not really high but not low either. So they're expecting some scoring, and it looks like the weather is going to be fine. What to know? Starting slow, Colorado, Texas A&M scored blowout wins over Northern Colorado and Kent State. But they both stumbled out of the gates, which is true. In the Bluffs case, the score was 14-0 at half, with three of their first five drives were 3 and out. And for the Aggies, they were up just 10-3 at the break, thanks to a pair of Haynes King interceptions, who is the freshman quarterback, or the starting quarterback for A&M, who that's part of the keys to victory. One of the keys to victory, folks, is Hayes King's getting better, getting more reps, and developing as a better quarterback and playing better play at the QB position, because we're not going to win a lot of games if he doesn't play well. Aggies brick wall. Colorado may not face a more talented defensive front all season than what they will encounter Saturday. Defensive tackle DeMarvin Leal is the 6th rated prospect in Mel Kiper's 2002 big board, and anchors a defense that was number 2 in the nation against the run in 2020. With 12 of A&M's top 15 tacklers from that unit back, Jarek Broussard and co. will have to earn every inch of mile-high turf. So yeah, that's my other key to victory for A&M, is that they need to play, according to Phil Steele, who puts out a magazine, comprehensive magazine on football. He has A&M as the 4th rated defense in the country. So if they're going to cover today, they have to play like it, not let Colorado score. SEC speed. The Bluffs' young secondary was mostly up to task against UNC last week, with lone upperclassman Mickey Blackman coming up with an end zone interception and the Bears averaging just 5.6 yards per pass. But Colorado's coverage unit will have to be even better against A&M's pass catchers, a group that includes future NFL tight end Jalen Weidermeyer and do everything receiver Aeneas Smith. I agree. A&M's running backs versus Buffalo's defense, key matchups. I agree, because my third and last key to victory is the run game. Isaiah Spiller is a stud. He's a great player. Now, maybe he's been injured, things like that, but he didn't get the ball enough. They need to utilize him better. Freshman versus freshman. So I guess Colorado's quarterback is a freshman also. And A&M's So we have inexperienced quarterback play today, folks, which is why I think the spread is still 17, because when you're looking at that, what's the difference? What's going to make the difference in this game? A&M's defense. Another quick stat is that A&M's away record in the last 10 years, their away record, they're 23-20. So just a little bit over 500 in away games. But look at this little tidbit here. They're 7 in the last 4 years. They're 7-0 when favored, and they're the away team. Which in this game, technically, they're not an away team since it's a neutral site, but it's still in Colorado. It's in Denver. It's basically a home game for Colorado, even though they're not playing at their home field in Boulder. So I'm gonna count that as it's an interesting stat. A&M 4 years in a row, when they've been favored away, they win. When it comes to Colorado, one of the deals with their program is that they've had several head coaching changes in the last 4 or 5 years. So you can't really build a program and stability when you have a new coach every 2 years. But you never know, guys. That's why they play the game. So stay tuned. Tune in, I guess is what they would say. Tune in. Here's some predictions from Kyle Fredrickson, who's a sports reporter. 42-20. The talent gap is simply too wide for the Buffs to stand a chance in this one. This other guy's got it 35-20 and 31-17. So these two don't cover. The first does. So it's going to be close. Well, that ends our Texas A&M Texas Aggie football pregame show, with our opponent being the Colorado Buffaloes. Game starts at 2:30. Perhaps, depending, I haven't decided yet, but maybe I'll do a post game and then we'll link them. I don't know, haven't thought about it yet. We still got time, so if I end this now, I can get it up before the game starts, folks. So enjoy the game, enjoy your weekend. Don't forget that this podcast is brought to you by Sage Choice Insurance Agency. You can call us at 361-400-2411. Find us on Facebook. Like, share, send us a message. Send us a great way to get a hold of us. We can save you money. Till the next time, stick with us because the best is yet to come.